Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well. It seems that the weather this week has thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, as last night, unfortunately, we had to cancel our meeting in Essex. Simply wasn't the transport. I wasn't actually able to get there myself. But this will be rearranged. It's really frustrating, but it will be rearranged. And sadly, we were left with no choice but to cancel it in the end. Another thing that's been cancelled this weekend is the Gays Against Sharia march in Bristol, which I was going to attend. But again, weather has scuppered that. And I think it's been rearranged now for the end of April. But we will arrange the Essex meeting and several other meetings, and I'll be contacting people about it. So sorry about that. Next issue is the Electoral Commission, and I posted the latest response from them onto the members area of the website yesterday. They've told us now that we should have an answer next week. So the week beginning the 5th of March is the latest from them. Look, I know how frustrating this is. And no matter how frustrated you might be, I can assure you you're not as frustrated as me. This has been going on for months now. And I didn't accept the last reason they gave us. And it'll be interesting to see what the next response will be. But, you know, we're essentially powerless. And it's been quite shocking to me, because this is the first time and only time, I hope, that I've had to deal with the Electoral Commission. And it's sort of dawning on me that this is an arm of the state. This is part of the public sector. And we're essentially asking them for permission to campaign against the state. Now, I would understand issues or grievances with us if we were calling for violence, or if we were calling for, you know, the removal of people's civil rights. What we're doing is the exact opposite of that. We're calling for the restoration of people's civil rights. We are calling for a voice of the decent majority to be heard again. And perhaps this is the problem. Yeah, there's a wave of oppression, and oppression is the only word for it. And you can see it again this morning. I tweeted this morning an article from The Independent about some Hope Not Hate report, again, designating us all far right, when all we're doing is speaking, and all we're doing is trying to point out injustices, point out the truth, and point out that the truth is being suppressed. This is what we're doing. We're trying to be a voice for the people, and we're being impeded at every turn. That there's something wrong here. There's something really, really wrong here. And the only conclusion that I can come to is that the voice of the people is not convenient, where it's not in the interests of the state, or an arm of the state, to allow us in this supposedly free country to speak out. It's getting to the point of pure exhaustion. It's an incredible situation that we're in. And I've said several times that we're not only up against the state, we're up against the media, we're up against the police, we're up against the left, we're up against the liars. But what can we do but persevere? I don't like sitting here telling you that I still have no answer. I really, really don't. It's a horrible job. But I feel that we must, I don't feel it, I know it. We must simply wait. There's very little we can do. We must wait. We must wait for an answer from them before we can know what steps to take. If we don't get an answer next week, then we need to look seriously at formal complaints. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want us to cause even greater obstruction or even greater problem. But this is becoming ridiculous now. This is a democracy. We have rights. We haven't done anything illegal. We're not doing anything illegal. We're not calling for anything illegal. We have rights, and we will continue to insist on them. But for the moment, frustratingly, and I'm sorry, I can't give you anything better than this at the moment, is that we just have to wait until at least next week to see whether we are allowed to campaign, whether the state will allow us to campaign against the state. It truly is shocking. There's been lots going on this week, actually, and I've got a rather a long list of things to discuss. We've had this Open Not Hate thing, which I'll talk a little bit more about next week. We've also had this scenario popping up in South Africa, which I think has global implications, which I'll talk about as well next week. The weekend I'll spend looking over the edit of my book. I've seen the design cover. It's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to getting that out there. But as far as For Britain is concerned, I think we're at a crossroads now. We either get an answer next week, or we have to start looking at either formal complaints or legal actions or whatever is open to us. But I'll ask you to be patient for one more week. Let's see what we get from them next week, and then we can take it from there. I will keep you updated. I'll keep making announcements in the announcement area, in the announcement section on the members area of the website. And I will get in touch with you as soon as I know anything. For the moment, try and have a nice weekend, and I shall see you back here at 11 o'clock on Monday. Take care.
We will make America great again.